Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tatati Swapadantikam. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhatreshu nityam bhagavata sevayam bhagavate nuttamaslokin bhaktir bhavati nishtike shanvatam swakata krishnaha punya shavana kirtanaha hridyantasto vyabhadrani vidhanoti suvritsatam. Hare Krishna. So I hope everyone can see my screen. Okay, so today we are reading from text 29. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ma Veda Garbha Gastantrim Sarga Udhyamam Avaha Tanmaya Paditam Hyagre Yanmam Prarthayate Bhavan. Ma Veda Garbha Gastantrim Sarga Udhyamam Avaha Tanmaya Paditam Hyagre Yanmam Prarthayate Bhavan. Ma Veda Garbhagastantrim Sarga Udhyamam Avaha Tanmaya Paditam Hyagre Yanmam Prarthayate Bhavan. Devotees, anyone want to recite?
Hare Krishna. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Ma Veda Garbhagastandrim Sarga Udamam Abhaya Tanmaya Paditam Hi Agre Tanmam Parthayate Bhavan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else want to recite?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ma Veda Garbhagastandrum Sarga Udyaman Avaha Tanmaya Paditam Hi Agre Yanmam Prataye Bhavan.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mam Vedagarbha Grastandri Sarga Udyamam Avaha Tanmaya Paditam Higre Yanmam Prarthayate Bhavan.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else want to? Okay, if not, we can go synonyms. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Lord, the personality of Godhead said, Ma, do not, Veda Garbha, O you who have the depth of all Vedic wisdom, Ghatantrim, become dejected, Sarge, for creation, Udhyamam, enterprises, Avaha, you just undertake, Tat, that which you want, Maya, by me, Apaditam, executed, he, certainly, Agre, previously, Yat, which, Mam, from me, Prarthayate, begging, Bhavan, you. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace Adai Sharanara Desi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead then said, O Brahma, O depth of Vedic wisdom, be neither depressed nor anxious about the execution of creation. What you are begging from me has already been granted before. Purport. Any person authorized by either the Lord or his bona fide representative is already blessed, as is the work entrusted to him. Of course, the person entrusted with such a responsibility should always be aware of his incapability and must always look for the mercy of the Lord for the successful execution of his duty. One should not be puffed up because he is entrusted with certain executive work. Fortunate is he who is so entrusted, and if he is always fixed in the sense of being subordinate to the will of the Supreme, he is sure to come out successful in the discharge of his work. Arjuna was entrusted with the work of fighting on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and before he was so interested, the Lord had already arranged for his victory. But Arjuna was always conscious of his position as subordinate to the Lord, and thus he accepted him as the supreme guide in his responsibility. Anyone who takes pride in doing responsible work but does not give credit to the Supreme Lord is certainly falsely proud and cannot execute anything nicely. Brahma and persons in the line of his disciplic succession who follow in his footsteps are always successful in the discharge of loving transcendental service to the Supreme Lord. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं कुङ्कुं लङ्कायते गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम् तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead then said, O Brahma, O depth of Vedic wisdom, be neither depressed nor anxious about the execution of creation. What you are begging from me has already been granted before. So, this is a very, very important subject for everyone, especially in the management. So, because this is all about the leadership quality that here Brahma is showing. Because Brahma is going to execute a very big task, very big responsibility is given, that he have to create all the creations. He has to start the secondary creation. Right, so Brahma was first. Lord actually created the primary creation. So that means like he created the Mahatattva and all the ingredients was given. Now Brahma have to start the secondary creation. So when he create, what happened? Like he will not just create some good things, but also he have to create the demons. Like demigods and demons will come, and there are vicious living entities is going to come, and actually more than the fear of getting affected by the created living entities, but the Brahma is showing here how one should not get affected by the modes, the three modes of material nature. And also the very, very important point here, he is saying that I should not get puffed up, because it is a very big responsibility, is entrusted, and I am very much fearful that maybe I get entangled in this duty, and I may carry over by Maya, and I might fall down. So this is a fear of Brahma, right? So this whole chapter is actually, it's a very, very important, like Bhagavatam contains everything, right? So we always hear Bhagavatam contains everything. So this section, particular section, is the actually the section of management skills. Literally we can put, like, because many people teach like different types of skills, like what is the management skills. The management skills is, of course, it's not like management means like to be in the managing position, but anyone who perform a responsible service. So for them, this is a very, very important lesson that we can learn from Brahma. And Srila Prabhupada gave a very, very important golden purport in this verse. So there are four important points that here Prabhupada is stressing. So what are the four important points? So first thing, Krishna is saying that, okay, so Brahma is like very much afraid. So Krishna is saying, oh Brahma, don't worry. Actually, I understand you are depressed and being very anxious that how you are going to perform, because like if someone is coming and saying that we just entered and we didn't know anything, and they are telling that, okay, you have to now manage a big community. That is not possible. How we can do? We don't know anything. First of all, we are not trained for that. So then how it is possible? Like someone say that, okay, you create or maintain this something. So it is not possible without knowing something at least. So then how one can able to perform? So then automatically that anxious will come, that anxiety will come. How I am going to, like, especially like in a festival time, we always experience this kind of anxiety. Oh, how we are going to manage the crowd, and how we are going to perform nice celebration of Janmashtami or Rath Yatra. So all that time we will have some anxiety, right? So that is good. That is good anxiety, because for Krishna, we should take anxiety. So in that way, we will perform very nicely, and also we will depend more on Krishna. When we have that anxiety, then we will depend more on Krishna. So in that way, we will understand internally that it is the Lord is the one who is performing, and I will just go with His will. So that mood will come automatically. So that's what here, first thing Krishna is saying, that I understand that you are anxious and depressed, but don't worry, I already provided what you are asking for. So what Brahma is asking, he is asking for protection. So he's asking for protection. What you are begging from me has already been granted before. So, and first line Prabhupada is giving that any person authorized by either the Lord or by his bona fide representative is already blessed, because the work is entrusted to him. So first thing, we sometimes think that, okay, this service is coming to me because I am eligible to do it and I am very talented to do it, and that's why this service is coming to me. So, but it's very clear from this purport that Prabhupada very clearly saying that actually, first of all, only if Krishna is pleased, we will get seva. So that is first. And also it is mentioned along with that line. So only if Krishna is pleased, we will get the association of pure Vaishnavas. So in that, like, first thing is like if we are getting seva, that means that somehow or other something we did. It's not like we should not puffed up. Okay, I did something. That's why it's very subtle. Even like small things, like sometimes if you are not careful, it makes us proud that, oh, I am getting a lot of service, so that means like Krishna is very pleased with me. So that is also sometimes lead with some kind of ego. So that's why it's very careful. Like we should understand always. That's why Prabhupada is saying second line. So first thing he said, yes, if some work is interested in someone, that means he is already blessed by the Lord. Otherwise, he will not get the service. And when it's not just the Lord, like you can see, Prabhupada is mentioning that it is entrusted or like authorized by either the Lord or the bona fide representative of the Lord. It's not like definitely Lord will not assign directly. So definitely the bona fide representative of the Lord, like spiritual master and the temple president and the higher authorities. So they assign seva to us. So in that sense, like when the seva is coming, so along with that, the empowerment will come. Right. So many times, like when Srila Prabhupada was there, like initial stage when he comes and then he said, okay, he just opened the map. He just opened the world map and he said, okay, so Chaturari, like you go here. Okay, you go here. You go here and open the temple. You know, he was just pointing out. And all the devotees are very new and they are very in the 20s 25s, like they doesn't know anything. But because Srila Prabhupada empowered, when he assigned those services, he also empowered. And because of that, all the devotees who went to different countries, they were able to establish a beautiful temple for ISKCON. So all these very clearly prove that, so whenever the service is given to us, that is actually empowered by the authority, and that authority is coming actually through Krishna and Guru Parampara. So of course, like any authority, like whatever the service that we are performing as an authority, even that authority is actually just a postman, right? So the postman, how he just deliver whatever he got it. So similarly, as an authority, so he just delivered the empowerment and the mercy coming through Krishna and the Guru Parampara. So in that way, when we perform or when we give service to someone, that means, so the authority is actually blessing and giving that empowerment as well. And because of that, we are able to perform any seva. So that is the first point, right? And okay, so first point, it is mentioned that yes, so when the empowerment is given. And the second point, what Prabhupada is saying, but when the service is given to someone, that person should always think that he is incapable to do it. We should not think, okay, yeah, so because temple president knows me very nicely, so and he knows my talents, everything, that's why he is giving this service. No. So we are getting service. First of all, we are able to perform that service. It is because of the empowerment we are receiving. And second thing, we should always think and understand that we are incapable to do this service. If we think that I am capable, then that service is not going to be good. So we will not able to perform service. Actually, we will perform a service to our sense gratification. It is a subtle sense gratification to our ego. So we are not performing the service. It's very strong instruction, very, very strong instruction Prabhupada gave in this purport. So if we understand this, then we can advance in spiritual life very easily. So if we don't understand, if we are in a position, in authoritative position, then it is a very danger that it can drag down our spiritual life also. So we have to understand very clearly these instructions by Srila Prabhupada. So the second point, what he is saying, that a person entrusted by the service always remember his incapability. So when we understand that I don't have that ability to do it, then only we will pray to the Lord for the mercy, right? Then only we will beg our authority, can you please bless me so that I can perform this service nicely, right? So otherwise we will not even ask for blessings, right? So we will just think that, okay, I am able to do it, like why I have to depend on anyone, right? So that's that kind of mentality. If it comes, then there is no purity in the service what we are performing. So this second point, we should always remember that I am not capable, and it is only by the mercy of the Lord and the Guru Vargas we will be able to perform. So the verse which we chanted, that Mukham Karodi Vachalam Pangum Langai Degirim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam. So this verse actually telling that even a dumb person can able to speak eloquently, and even a lamb person can able to cross over the ocean if we get the mercy of Krishna, if we get the mercy of devotees. So it is not possible with our strength, right? We always should remember this. So then we will receive the mercy also. Like, first of all, our patra, that it has to be empty. Then only we can take something inside, right? If our heart is filled with I already know all these things, that's it, then we will not hear anything, we will not able to absorb in anything, right? So many times we discuss Damodar Leela. Every time in the Kartik month we discuss Damodar Leela, and every time in the Govardhan pastime we discuss Govardhan Leela. So if someone comes and say, "Oh, this pastime I already know," so if we start saying that I already know, that's we are putting a full stop for our learning. So actually, in transcendental things, there is no end in learning, right? So in every step is a learning, and everyone is actually a guru in a way that they are teaching either in a good way or in a bad way. So everyone we are learning. So we should always respect that, and we should always understand that it is like I am incapable to do any of the seva. So that's why I always look for the mercy of the Lord. Right. So this is the second point. So what is the first point? We discussed that if any service we get, that means we are it is empowered by the authority or by the Lord. So that's how we will be able to perform the service, right? So the empowerment comes along with the service. And second thing, and because of that only we are able to perform, and not because of my capacity, and we have to beg for the mercy. So that is the second thing. And third lesson, what Prabhupada is teaching here, that one should not be puffed up. So that is along with the line that we discussed, that and also he is telling that fortunate is he who is so interested, and he is always fixed in the sense of subordinate. So so the third point is one should not puff up, so that we are getting this seva, and sometimes we think that we will able to perform very nicely, and we start comparing with other devotees. Like, okay, for example, if I am doing nice garland seva, then if someone else do, then immediately we start comparing. Oh, she is not doing that great like I am doing. So and we start comparing. So this is all a very unhealthy comparison. But we can do a healthy comparison and get inspiration from all the other devotees, our fellow devotees. We can get a lot of inspiration, but by like seeing, oh, this devotee every day he attends Mangalarti, I also have to attend. And this devotee every day study Bhagavatam, I also have to read. So that is how we should get inspiration from each other, but not getting puffed up that I am the best, right? So that is another thing. When the seva comes, so this all will happen sequentially, right? First thing, we think I am capable. Second thing, we think that I am the only person able to do it, and not other person will be able to do it. So, and then that because of that ego, we start seeing others down, and we treat everyone else as low from us, and then we start offending them. So this is a sequentially it will happen if we are not in the right association. So responsibility is very important. So Prabhupada says that if you want to advance in spiritual life, so there was one book. Yeah, so I would highly recommend if you can get this book. This is Being Srila Prabhupada Anubhavs. So this is by Rasika Ramandas Prabhu, and so this specifically, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, he personally recommended this for all the people who are in the responsible position. So here Maharaj said every leader of ISKCON should have this book and read it, and not only read it but study it. So in this book only, this is a handbook for spiritual leadership. So this is the book, and in this book, like he Prabhupada very nicely quoting that if you really want to advance in spiritual life, so you have to take responsibility in the spiritual life. So because when we take the responsibility, you are forced to be advanced. There is no other option, right? So why, like example, I heard in his praise Radheshyam Prabhu class one time. So he was telling that one devotee was preaching. He was doing nice preaching service, and then he was creating bhakti vrikshas. And what happened, like some days he was not able to get up early in the morning. Like he teaches everything, but so he is telling that okay, yeah, we have to get up early in the morning, we have to attend Mangalarti and everything he was teaching. But then what happened, like when he was about to go, but he slept, he was not able to get up. And 2-3 times the whoever is he is counseling, so those devotees, they came, and Prabhu, you only teach us that we have to attend the Mangalarti and you are not coming. And then this person actually he came and told Radheshyam Prabhu that Prabhu, that I don't want to lead this service. Better I will take book distribution service, because that book distribution I will go out and then give the books and that's it. My connection is over. But here, being a preacher is very dangerous, because if we are not able to follow, then people will look everything. Because as a leader is not an easy position, right? So because everyone will look, okay, he is a leader. That means that's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Yat yat acharati shreshas tat tat evetaro janaha. Because what a leader is performing, that's what the citizens will follow. So that's why, like when we are we are in a position in a leadership, so then what happened? Everyone will look after us very carefully. Even little bit, if we do something wrong, that will be projected. Oh, this person is a very high position and he is doing this mistake, right? So that's why it is forcibly we have to get advanced. There is no other option, right? So that is one way. It is an advantage that when we get a responsible service. And at the same time, it is very danger if we don't understand if we don't go deep in the spiritual subjects, then it is also a danger, because all these things will happen. We get puffed up and then we feel that we are qualified, and then we start looking everyone down and we start offending everyone, right? So this is very danger also. But at the same time, if we keep in the right association and if we keep our sadhana very strong, then it will bring beautiful nourishment in the person who is in the responsible service. So and also we can see from the example of Krishna Balaram. So when Krishna Balaram goes to Mathura, so at that time, what happened, like he met a washerman, right? So initially he will meet a washerman and then he will ask for some clothes. So and the washerman, how he behaved, so washerman, he could have told that this is king's dress. How can I give? Like I cannot give. Sorry. So he could have said that. But what he told that, oh, you people are like cowhead boys, and you want to wear king's dress. So he was literally criticizing the Gopas. So why he behaved like that? Because a washerman is generally not in the high position, but this washerman is in the high position because he is a washerman of a king, right? So because of that, his behavior changed. So because of that, he get puffed up that I am the washerman of a king and I can do anything. So that's why he was telling, oh, you people, village people, you are asking for king's dress. You are not even qualified to do anything. So he started criticizing. So this kind of behavior will come when we think we are put in a very, very responsible position and I am so qualified and that's why I got, so that's when this kind of tendency will come. So that's why we should always remember that
Ian didn't go to school today?
He went to school. You said
He told me he's not going to school.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank
Dear
you.
devotees, kindly
Yeah,
please go
okay.
on mute.
Okay. You want to offer to Prabhupada?
Can we put in mute, please?
Yeah. Open your businesses.
Let me. I don't know if I have option to
Open
mute.
businesses like this.
Okay, I have option to mute. Sorry. Okay, so okay, where we are, let me go back. Yeah. So so that's why we should always remember that I am. So first of all, like sometimes like people think leader means leader. In a material position, leader means leader. But in spiritual position, leader means servant of the servant of the servant. Right? So sometimes like personally, like whatever small realization that I had, like initially when I started getting that leadership, servant leadership positions in the community, so it's very difficult. Like it's because we have to deal with several things and we have to talk, and sometimes it hurts someone, like because we have to say something. So it is very difficult. So I said like, no, that's why I don't want to be a leader. So please, I don't want. But then I heard a very, very beautiful realization from our community leader. So he was telling that, so Mataji, like leader means it's not leader. We are a servant. So we have to try to be a servant of servant of servant, because devotees are the one who we are leading. So that means devotees are servant of the Lord and we are servant to them. We are not leader. So that's how we should always remember. Right? So servant of the servant. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Gopi Partur Padakamalayur Dasa Dasa Anudas. So if we always remember, that's why Prabhupada gave here Arjuna. So Arjuna was entrusted because he always remembered that he was always conscious that he is a subordinate to the Lord. So we should always remember a leader means that the servant of the servant. If we remember that, then we will not get puffed up. Right? So, and also when we take responsibility, like recently we are reading in the 6th canto Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada says in that purport that preaching, so preaching in the sense like any type of leading service or any service, so it is not easy, right? So when leading service, when we do, so we have to face lot of difficulties. One, externally we face lot of difficulties. I mean, difficulties in building the temple or laying the road for the temple or getting the approval for Rath Yatra. So that kind of difficulties is not even compared here. But the difficulties that we will face in dealing with the devotees, right? So, and because we have to face so many things as a leader, like we will face so many people will come and complain, and at the same time we have to keep the mood that I am not hearing gossiping, but I have to serve. So, and at the same time, like we have to keep our spiritual strength also strong. So externally we will suffer in that way, and then also we have to deal, like many people will come and criticize us, and they try to pull us, like all these things will happen, right? So, and internally also we struggle a lot, right? So internally we will struggle with this calm krodh, like basically the puja, labha, pradishta. So these three things we will suffer internally, right? So because even though we understand that we are not doing for getting famous, but if you are not conscious, that will automatically come. So we have to keep on constantly working on it, that every time before and after we perform service, that Krishna, please help me that I should not carry over by doing this service, I should not carry over that I am the doer. right? So this kind of like expecting something, because when someone is in the leadership position, so much respect everyone will receive, right? Everyone will say Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, and then you are such a nice devotee. Everyone will come and glorify. So but if we are performing for that, because sometimes we get carried away, right? So this is very, very important. And that's why Param Pujapat, His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami Maharaj says that he was leading ISKCON of Vrindavan, if I'm not wrong. So he was in a temple president for some time. So that time, I heard from one of the lecture that before going or before starting the day, he complete his chanting before 3:30. So before Mangalarti, so before 4:30 ideally. So before 4:30, no, actually, before Mangalarti, he will complete his chanting, and also he will read Chaitanya Charitamrit for 3 hours. So then he will start his day. So that kind of strong sadhana in the morning, that's what he is able to handle different kind of situations, what it is coming, right? So that actually very clearly instruct us that if we want to be in the, definitely no one want to be in the position, but sometimes carry over by thinking like name, fame, and position. So if we are attached to it, then it is very difficult. And another example, I remember that His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he came and he was telling to, I think, if I'm not wrong, he was telling about taking up the leadership position in GBC, or I could not remember exactly. But he was telling to Bhakticharya Swami Maharaj that he was literally weeping and feeling bad that Maharaj, that they are asking me to take this leadership position, but I really don't want. And very beautifully, Bhakticharya Maharaj said that that is your quality. That is how, because you are feeling like that, that's why you are getting the service, right? So, and recently, yesterday, I was hearing Niranjan Swami Maharaj also. So Maharaj was sharing that when they called and they said, okay, do you want to be in a GBC? So Maharaj said, no, I don't want it, because I already have my service, that is good. And then what happened, like after that, they called in a room, and then they went inside the room, and everyone started clapping, and then they said, congratulations, you are a GBC man now. So he was thinking like, what is happening? Like I said, no. But then actually then later on, the previous GBC, when they told that because you said no, that means that has to come, of course, truly. It's not that, okay, because if I say no, that means I will get it, not in that intention, but truly from heart, that he said, no, I don't want to. So we should always think that whenever service comes also, we should not in a like, there are two extremes. One extreme, we say that no Prabhu, I'm not qualified to do any seva, that we will not even take service. That is one extreme. And one extreme, that I know everything, yeah, you can trust me and you can give me service. That is another extreme. We should not be in both extremes. We should understand that, yes, Prabhu, I am not really incapable to do the service, but because you are instructing me, so please guide me. I can able to do the service if you always keep under your shelter, right? So that's how we should always talk to our authority, so that in that way we get the empowerment, and then we always get the shelter, not to get puffed up. And if we go wrong, then we should give that authority to the person, that you can correct me. We should always open to for correction. If you are not open for correction, then we cannot improve in our spiritual life. So so that's what Brahma is actually teaching here, a very important lesson, that if we are taking a responsible position, so we should always remember that I don't have any capacity to do it, but I always look for the mercy of the Lord and his devotees. So only by then I will be able to perform my service. And also Prabhupada said, the difference between you and me, he was talking to one of the disciples, that he said, the difference between you and me is that I never fall down. Why? Because I am always fear of Maya. So we should not take Maya very lightly. So we might think that, okay, now I am chanting 16 rounds for many years, many decades, and now I will not captured by Maya. So this is very danger. So we should always fearful of Maya, and we should always, because when we are fearful of Maya, then only we pray to Krishna always, right? So we should always beg mercy to the Lord that Krishna, that I should not carry over by any kind of puja, labha, pratishta. So I can perform only for the will of your, whatever you want to perform through me, I want to become remain a humble instrument. So that's what I want. So nothing else. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitama jagatisha kamaya, mama janmani janmanishware, bhavatad bhaktir akhaitu tvai. So that is a mode that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us. So if we can maintain that mood, then our bhakti will flourish. And that's why it is important to take up responsible service in spiritual life. So one should not run away. Okay, I don't want this service. Like, oh, this is front end service. I don't want to, because when front end means it's a limelight service. Like limelight service, when we come, everyone will see. So definitely there we have a lot of opportunity to grow if we keep a right sadhana and consciousness. So it always helps. So with that, we can stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagatguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I beg your blessings and I beg your pardon. Sorry, when I started, I just shared few suggestions. So that is just to help all of us. That's the only reason I shared. So please forgive me if I say something wrong, and kindly bless. So whatever I am sharing, so I can practice and I can remain a humble instrument always at your lotus feet service. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Any questions or any comments we can take now?
Thank you, Mataji, for a very nice class. I really appreciated your points. What was the book that you referenced again?
Being Srila Prabhupada Anubhas. I can take a picture and send it in the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't come across that book, but it sounds very, the way you describe it, sounds like it's extremely important for us to read.
Yeah, so initially I read in the preface that initially Bhakticharya Swami Maharaj was creating this book for giving a management, like before someone become a GBC or like someone become a leadership in a temple president or anything. So they have to take this course. Like he designed like a course, but then because it is very nice, so Maharaj said personally that we have to print this books and it should be available to everyone so that everyone can read. So that's how this book came out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I will share.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Syāmalā Gopikā. You gave a nice class on leadership and give some practical instruction that you read. Everybody should learn that, And so the book that you're talking about, Bhakti Charu, I remember that he was giving a course for everyone who want to become GBC. I think they go like they call it a college, like a university for GBC, something like that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. You put very nice points, how we should feel like when any leadership position comes, how should be our desire, to serve in that capacity, not being puffed up or anything, but just take it as a service to the Srila Prabhupada and to the Supreme Lord. It will be great. So you really explained very nicely and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruth. It's all the blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas like all of you. So I am very blessed to have your association and your shelter. Thank you very much.
Yeah, a false ego is very strong. Sometimes when you leadership thing, when you have to tell people what to do and what not to do, it's very thing. Sometimes we got carried away, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember I've been in the leadership position a few years back. You know, it's not easy service, but if the service is given, you know, like we really have to take it like that, what Krishna wanted, what our spiritual master want. And it's hard sometimes just to be humble in that position, because you have to give orders, you have to, you know, you have to tell people what to do, you know. And sometimes you're just misunderstood, and we
Yeah,
get
so that's why, like, when
Mhm.
we carry the mood of servant always, like, even we are telling, okay, Prabhu, you do this, Mataji, you do this. So, but when that's why we have to cultivate a mood of love and care within the devotees. So, when we cultivate that, then what happened, like, even sometimes, like, sometimes in the service of passion, so we say something, then still devotees don't misunderstood, because we already cultivated that love and care within the devotees, so they understand in that way. So that when we do that, then automatically everything will fall in place. So first thing is very strong sadhana. Without sadhana, if we do any responsible service, 100% there will be a chance of fall down. And the second thing is, like, we should always cultivate the love and care within the devotees. So then we can able to carry on with anything. So that's what I learned, whatever, from our senior Vaishnavas.
That's very important. See, have like, you know, strong vice. I was given this. We were given this the instruction also, because otherwise you'll be carried by the free mode of nature. You don't know what you're doing. You think that you are doing it, but if you have sadhana, then your heart is purified, and you know, and you understand you're doing it for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, so it's time. We can stop here. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhupeva cha patitanam pavane
Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय,
Jai.
जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai.
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय
Jai.
प्रेमानंदे हरि
Hari
बोल.
Hari Bo.
Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
Jai Mataji. Hari